There's a quote from the famous writer Hunter S. Thompson that goes, "There he goes, one of God's own prototypes, a high-powered mutant of some kind never even considered for mass production, too weird to live, and too rare to die." This statement applies perfectly to the subject of today's video, Big Lenny. Big Lenny is a one-of-a-kind, gym-obsessed, porn-addicted, transsexual-loving maniac that was a beloved member of an unconventional gym group called the Delray Misfits.
What Tom Platz was to legs, I am to abs. See? Jesus Christ. Look at that.
You're gonna have like 100 Hell's Angels down here at the gym, bro.
I call them, let's see, Hell's queer angels or whatever. Leg exercise. Fat fucking Lenny, huh? Fat fucking Lenny. Oh.
He took it.
Man,
that was
holy shit. What the fuck was that? What the hell did you just put in your mouth?
Nothing.
Calling Lenny an enigma would be an understatement. He's a downright fascinating individual that became a local bodybuilding legend down in South Florida and online. This is the insane story of Big Lenny. To start off, I'd like to note that Big Lenny's beginnings are a bit of a mystery. For this reason, this video won't be in its usual chronological style that I like to do, and instead will mostly be analyzing the interesting aspects and characteristics that Lenny has shown over the last 2 decades. What we can infer from stories Lenny has told is that his childhood was rough as he grew up in an abusive household. His father, Len Person, was a professional NFL football player drafted to the Philadelphia Eagles in 1968. Len wouldn't play a single down of professional ball though, as he suffered a catastrophic knee injury in his first preseason game, completely ending his NFL career before it even started. This would cause him to impose an NFL career on his future son Lenny so he could live vicariously through him. Growing up, Lenny's father was incredibly hard on him. He made him start his own paper route as a young boy where he would have to get up at 4 a.m. before school to deliver the paper to his neighborhood. Len also made Lenny play multiple sports like football and baseball. Lenny has told stories about his time playing Little League that if he struck out, his dad would beat him with a belt. Once Lenny made it to high school, he was still playing baseball and was decently good at it, but his father made him quit to solely focus on playing football. Lenny was not allowed to make friends or be interested in girls, as his father told him both friends and girls will come in the future if he secures a Division I college football scholarship.
He told me in high school, don't worry about making friends. Don't worry about having girlfriends. He goes, you get that Division I scholarship, because I had the height, the weight, the strength, the speed. He goes, your life is set. Because he said at Boston College he had to get his phone number changed because girls would be calling the dorms at all hours of the day.
These scholarships would actually come quick for Lenny, as he received multiple offers from different schools by the time he made it to 10th grade. He almost squandered these initial opportunities the same year he got them though, as he got into an argument with his coach for not being put on the starting lineup, causing him to quit the team entirely. Lenny says when he got home after this, his father beat the shit out of him and forced him to rejoin the team.
My sophomore year, my I was going to start defensive end, and they put a guy who was a senior ahead of me, and he's like, the coach wants to see how tough you are, see what you got, what it takes. I said, I'm better than this guy. And he says, obviously the coach doesn't think you're hungry enough. So you know what, I went in and I told the coach, fuck you, I'm better than the guy. You don't start me, I quit. So when I came home, my father beat the fuck out of me. This is my 10th grade year.
Jesus.
He says, you're out of this house because you quit, you're out of here. My mother's like, you can't do it, he's not 18. He goes, yes, I will. So I rejoined the team, I played my junior year, did a little better.
Lenny's football career wouldn't last much longer after this though. During his senior year, Lenny's father thought the comic book collection Lenny had acquired over the years was distracting him from focusing on football. He decided to tear up every book he had, including a rare Spider-Man comic that would be worth thousands of dollars today, and left it on Lenny's bed for him to see. Once Lenny came home and saw all of his comics ripped to shreds, he dropped out of high school entirely and ran away from home to the military to do basic training for the Air Force.
So I ended up buying comic books. I like Spider-Man, Hulk, all the old. And he sort of allowed that. He didn't rip those up at the time, but I did to have quite an extensive collection at one point because older people would have garage sales, and I would get found an old Spider-Man in great condition. It was like 7th issue, and I believe it's worth a few 10 or 15,000 in mint condition. Came in from school one time, and they're ripped to shreds all over my bed. And I was screaming at my mother. I said, "Who did this?" "Oh, your father did it." And my father looked at me and says, "Yeah, I did it." He goes, "I didn't think you were paying enough attention to your schoolwork and your football and your lifting, because I removed the distraction." And I thought, what the hell with that? So what I did was, before my senior year, you didn't need parental permission. You could do basic training in the military, get that out of the way before you graduated. You didn't need parental consent at the time. So I went and left, and I joined the United States Air Force, unbeknownst to him. My mother knew about it.
Lenny's stint in the Air Force wouldn't last long because he was quickly discharged on a Section 8, meaning he was mentally unfit for service. Upon coming home, his father had basically disowned him, not allowing him back into his household, and never spoke to Lenny again. Lenny would then have to move in with his grandma, decided to finish high school, and he even attempted to try out for a college football team in his area. Despite running a 40-yard dash in 5 seconds flat, weighing 300 pounds, Lenny did not make the team. Lenny would go on to spend the rest of his life after this haunted by the thought that he failed his father. He even claims to have nightmares a couple times a month of joining a team and being in tremendous shape while suiting up to go play, but never taking a step on the field.
I have nightmares at least once or twice a month of me in fantastic shape, getting ready to walk on the field in high school, and waking up, never getting to play. 260 pounds, in shape, confident, walking down out of the field house where the team changed, walking on before the start of the game, and always waking up at that point, never getting to play the game. I have this at least a couple times or more a month, ever since I was 16 years old. And it haunts me to this day. And I don't think I could ever get over it. You get that shot once. He gave me all the tools I needed. The mental aspect, physical aspect, how to intimidate people, running with the sprinting, the strength. And for some reason, I was just too caught up in wanting to be like all the other kids.
Lenny would attempt to drown out these nightmares after this by getting into powerlifting and bodybuilding. He secured a job inside a hospital's kitchen, which gave him access to large quantities of free food that supported his new goal of becoming 700 pounds and ripped. This ultimately leads us to his YouTube origins. The internet was first made aware of Big Lenny's existence back on May 1st, 2014, when he showed up on episode 49 of the Delray Misfits.
We finally have an appearance by the one and only Big Lenny. A very surprising appearance this morning, Lenny. I saw you walk into the gym door and I'm like, is that who I think it is? What's going on, man? What are you doing here so early?
Well, I guess it's everybody's lucky day. We're all together.
The Delray Misfits is a YouTube channel that films a conglomerate of eccentric characters in a South Florida gym. The man behind this channel is named Andrew Fiedelman, who was originally the cameraman for Jason Genova. That was until the pair had a falling out, causing Andrew to go on and create the Delray Misfits channel. I covered this whole situation in a little more depth in my most recent video covering Jason Genova's story. With that small rant aside, Big Lenny's debut was a smash hit, and he quickly became the most popular misfit once he started showing up in these later episodes. And there are tons of reasons why Big Lenny became the star of the show. I think now is the best time to talk about Big Lenny's anatomy, as it's one of the most fascinating parts about him. The first and most obvious thing we must discuss is Lenny's gut. Big Lenny easily has the worst case of palumboism on the planet. Palumboism is a bodybuilding term named after the bodybuilder Anthony Palumbo, which classifies a severely distended abdomen that often has visible abs. This is speculated to be caused by a variety of different things like excessive use of human growth hormone and steroids, which would make sense for Lenny's case as he has injected himself with everything known to man from tren to elephant abortion inducer.
What about the fucking elephant abortion inducer? Is it for an elephant or
Yeah,
just
it's
a
called
regular
chloroprostanol sodium.
Are you sure?
In
it's for
case you had an
elephant?
elephant you wanted to induce labor.
Yeah, that's just what. Yeah. In
So
case
if
I
anyone-
had a fucking elephant.
So if anyone
Yeah, I
watching
gotta
this,
put right on the back patio.
Yeah.
You know, the fucking Dumbos out.
You'd be surprised.
so if anyone watching this ever knocks up an elephant and wants to take it from what's it called?
chloroprostanol sodium.
Yeah, there you go, boys and girls.
So is that just for elephants or any large animal?
Strictly for elephants. And it's a research chemical too, say if you're doing a research study.
You're a gerbil.
Lenny has such a bad case of palumboism that he's made the joke that they need to rename the condition as Lennyism instead. While most people see this as a gross body mutation, Lenny sees it as his greatest asset and is incredibly proud of his stomach. He's even gone as far as claiming he's the Tom Platz of abs.
I have the best midsection in the world. I'm the Tom Platz of abs. That's my best party part. You stupid moron. I got layers and layers of freaky muscle there. Who else has a midsection like me? Palumbo doesn't. Matter of fact, they need to call that term Lennyism. Dave. Although Dave, I certainly got great advice from me over the years. What Tom Platz was to legs, I am to abs. See?
Jesus Christ.
Look at that. Is that the biggest
It's like the move
ab muscles you've ever seen?
It's like from Alien, and about 6 of them about to pop out of there.
Big Lenny's gut is both fascinating and horrifying at the same time, and it's even able to do some insane things like withstand a taser. One day, someone brought a taser to the gym Lenny was working out at, and he decided to ask to be shot with it. Amazingly, Lenny tanks the taser shock, only being knocked back a few feet before ripping out the prongs and flexing on the people around him.
He took it.
Not bad.
Holy shit.
I see you cookie cutter drug addicts go down.
This video went viral, even landing on ESPN with the announcers infamously saying, "What is Lenny?" Now that we've talked about the most obvious aspect of Lenny's, I'd like to touch on a few other minor ones, like the color of his eyes. You'll notice Lenny's eyes are typically a sickly yellow color that's usually associated to jaundice. This generally happens when someone has problems with their liver. Given Lenny's extensive use of performance-enhancing drugs, this would make sense on why this has happened. You also might notice Lenny's skin tone changes throughout the different clips that play in this video. If you can believe it, Lenny was actually born as a white guy, but he spends tons of time in tanning beds as well as injects himself with an illegal and unregulated product called melanotan. Melanotan is used to acquire a sunless tan. However, regulating entities like the FDA and a cancer research center in the UK have issued significant warnings against this product due to safety concerns and side effects caused by the peptide. None of this bothers Lenny though, and his skin color will change week to week depending on how much time he spends in a tanning bed and how much melanotan he injects himself with. Big Lenny's appearance isn't the only reason why he was popular on the Delray Misfits channel. His demeanor and the wacky life philosophies he would share were also a huge reason people got a kick out of him. The first few times Lenny showed up on camera, he would get riled up by the comments from people calling him fat. He would then proceed to flex on his haters while simultaneously challenging them to come to the gym to fight him.
And I'm kind of disappointed because I didn't have any challengers. But I guess these people out here got half a brain that they don't want a piece of this. All you tattooed freaks with your gym gear. Where are you? I'm waiting. Remember, no liability. We'll go right out the back, and if you beat me, get $1,000.
These challenges to fight random commenters would only escalate to real people in the near future. Honestly, the most notable fights Lenny got into came after his lifting form was challenged. You see, Big Lenny doesn't work out the way most conventional bodybuilders do, and his methods of training are incredibly unorthodox. Instead of doing full range of motion reps, Lenny focuses on using lighter weights with little to no range of motion at all. His philosophy behind this methodology is that it keeps more tension on the muscles, thus making them grow more. These are called Lenny reps. Fun fact, you'll know Lenny is getting a good workout in when his nose starts spewing snot all over the gym.
What the fuck? What do you have, rabies? What the hell is this? Oh, God. Oh! 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 I'm done.
at this. Here.
No, get that away from me.
Big Lenny isn't interested in lifting the normal way like everyone else. That would be something a cookie cutter does, and Lenny is not a cookie cutter. The term cookie cutter was coined by Big Lenny, and it's used in a disparaging way to describe people who put too much value in appearances, display conformist behavior, or lack any unique personality of their own.
Anytime you see somebody get an earring or a tattoo or a hairstyle that goes like this or wear an affliction shirt, so that's a cookie cutter move. That's, cookie cutter behavior. Did you originate that? Obviously not.
I honestly think Lenny's anti-cookie cutter mentality links back to some sort of childhood trauma of not being allowed to fit in and make friends with other kids while growing up, but maybe I'm just reading too deep into this. Regardless, some of the funniest ments would come from him being called out by perceived cookie cutters. The first person of note was a man named Mel Chauncey. This was someone online talking shit to Lenny, and apparently they went as far as claiming to be a member of the notorious biker gang, the Hells Angels. Lenny would respond to Mel by calling him out and calling the Hells Angels the Queer Angels.
Where's all these challengers at?
What
I'm
challenge?
going to issue a specific challenge. Mel Chauncey, Chaunceu.
Who's that?
That's as a nobody. But he apparently likes to run his mouth and tell stories about how bad he is. Well, I want you, Chauncey, and you can come and I tell you what, here's a stipulation. You can bring your pliers and try to rip these teeth out of the head like you so claimed. Some 120-pound piece of garbage.
I could buy that for $1.
You got that? You people can look him up. Mel Chauncey.
That's just fucking great.
So-called Hell's Angel, like that's supposed to scare me? Bunch of fat beer drinking cowards join a group like that.
World Gym, Delray.
Get down here.
You're gonna have like 100 Hells Angels down here at the gym, bro.
I call them, let's see, Hell's Queer Angels or whatever.
Wow.
Like that scares anybody anymore? Maybe in the 60s, but not now. Bunch of wannabe punks. Gotta put tattoos all over themselves. Let's see how real tough. I'll get out of this 405 like I'm doing it. Bunch of queers angels. Shh. Lil Chauncey! 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 Chauncey!
Mel Chauncey wasn't the only person Big Lenny called out in this fashion. There was also another man named Dale Chance. The beef between Lenny and Dale would spawn after Dale sent an Instagram video to Lenny telling him to fix his form. This, of course, enraged Lenny.
Should we give his name?
Well,
What is it?
Dale.
Dale.chance on Instagram.
Yep. He said, show Big Lenny this. He challenges you to do full range of motion for bent over rows.
First of all, you stupid son of a bitch, I had 2 surgeries on my bicep tendons. Look at my arms for the last time. Look. That's how far it goes. Look, see that? Look at that. Can't even put a phone in my ear. Oh, you're bucking the weight up. Get out of here, Dale.
This beef between Lenny and Dale would last for well over a year, with Lenny taking every opportunity he could to call out Dale.
What, do you live at home, Dale? I was living on the street.
Told you, that's motivator.
How dare you? That's sacrilegious.
Leonard, he's motivating you.
Do a set. No, he's gonna get his
Whether you know it or not.
Yeah, he's motivating me. I'm gonna show him what you do when you fuck challenge legends. You see that clown Dale that sent that video in his bro? He's like this. He's going,
He's not letting go the Dale
he said
thing.
he's coming here.
He did? He's coming
You're
here?
gonna come in here and get.
Was Dale making fun of
I'm gonna
Jay? Making
Dale.
fun of Jay or Lenny?
I'm gonna force you to keep your back flat when I
wasn't-
sodomize you.
He wasn't
when you
making
come
fun
here.
of anyone. He simply posted a video of
That
himself
was pathetic.
bent over rowing 405. Andrew showed the video to Lenny. I thought it was a great lift. Lenny mocked it.
It was a joke.
And honestly, sometimes these callouts got a little weird.
I'll sodomize you like a broomstick up my ass. I'll stick your head up my ass like a broomstick. How's that? Actually, you're gonna sodomize me orally. I wonder if Dale Chance ever licked any butthole in his short little life.
I'm sure you'd lick his. As much as you obsess about the fucking guy.
I'd give Dale Chance a fisting.
The pair's feud would reach a climax when Dale decided to travel to Delray to finally meet Lenny in person at his gym. Surprisingly, Lenny and Dale would end up getting along and even ended up spending the day working out with each other. By the end of their session, Dale was even offering to coach Lenny in order to get him larger leg muscles. It's safe to say their beef was squashed, and it wouldn't take long after this for Dale to become a regular member of the Delray Misfits. Mel and Dale weren't the only two people Big Lenny found himself having an obsession with. There was also a woman that Lenny would mention frequently.
I think it would be great if Christina Broccolini, the finest film producer in the world, I'm talking about Christina Broccolini. Today is my new holiday. Birthday of Christina Broccolini, June 8th. What can I say? She's an angel and an inspiration. If I ever get hit by lightning or hit by a truck on my bike, when I go to heaven, Christina will be there. Her spirit will be there, so I'll see her immediately. That's how that works.
Now you might be wondering, why is Big Lenny constantly talking about Christina Broccolini, the Canadian host of the early 2000s television series Mystery Hunters? That's because he has an unhealthy obsession with this woman. Lenny claims this obsession is strictly platonic though and has nothing to do with sexual gratification. He insanely believes that he and Christina are actually soulmates that have been bound together for eternity.
I was watching a show recently.
Yeah.
You know, I don't watch TV much, but I saw an individual that just came in and reached into my soul in a way that I can't describe. I'm trying to figure it out. And it turns out her name is Christina Broccolini. She's an actress and a movie producer from Canada. And she actually spoke to my soul on this show called Mystery Hunters, which is a rerun. And I would just, I didn't want to say anything. I'm that type of guy, but I Googled her. And I saw a few clips from her from the club scene short film she did, and it just took off from there. So I just like to give her a shout. She's a new inspiration, and if I give the seed for Christina, that means that's for you. Like I said, our souls have been intertwined since the beginning of eternity till the end.
Oh yeah, big time.
Her seeing her in person is just a formality, which obviously I like to do, but our souls are...
What would you do to her if she actually showed up and you
I'd
met her?
probably start crying.
Once Lenny discovered Christina, she became his ultimate motivation. He goes as far as claiming Christina helped him absorb the taser shock that I previously showed you. Big Lenny's claims that his fascination with Christina isn't sexual is somewhat believable when you consider what his sexual preferences are. Lenny has a self-admitted porn addiction. In fact, his addiction is so bad that he refused to have a smartphone or a car for years in order to avoid any temptation. Even with these stipulations that he set up, Lenny still acts upon his urges from time to time, and he even lets us know exactly where he does.
I'm gonna see some off-the-wall freaks take a ride at Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard in West Palm.
I feel like a skinny little prick.
Go east, make a left on Dixie Highway. Say about 2-3 o'clock in the morning every night. That's where the action is. You heard it here from Big Lenny. Although I only indulge once every few months, just to get out of your system. That's what you gotta do.
Big Lenny's not into the typical prostitute prototype that you're probably thinking of. His preferred sexual partners are actually trans women, and he has no problems divulging all of the degenerate sex acts he gets up to with them.
But hey, don't knock it till you try it. Training's something like when you try a good one, you're hooked, line and sinker.
Lenny is, by all intensive purposes, what you would call a sexual degenerate. There is quite literally nothing that's off limits for Lenny, as he enjoys being degraded in some of the worst ways imaginable. He's even gone as far as live streaming a sex tape with a trans prostitute, showcasing tons of debauchery which included the prostitute peeing into his mouth. This would ultimately be shared around the internet, eventually reaching Lenny's employers at the hospital, which resulted in him getting fired. This is absolutely the result of Lenny being given a phone by his mom after years of avoiding it for this exact reason. Almost immediately upon receiving it, Lenny would start looking up porn and started cruising for trans prostitutes on the back pages.
Wow.
You're on Backpage, West Palm Beach right now, is that correct?
Yeah.
Did you see the sign outside my car when you came in? No porn allowed inside my car? You're not allowed to look up porn inside my car, Leonard.
I didn't see that. I'm not proud of it, but I need help. If any of you viewers could help me with this addiction, I'm starting to get a bad problem again.
Do you have a smartphone?
My mom gave me this. See how big it is?
Oh, right, man. Good shit. I thought you still had the flip phone.
No, but...
When did you get that? Is that where you watch all the videos on?
I do that, and I was watching other things, but Mom's gonna kill me because I don't have a plan, so...
Check the browser.
Did you just hear that? Are you hearing what I'm fucking hearing? My mom. Your mommy has to control your fucking phone. You're a 46-year-old adult. Porn addict. So your mom, why does your mom have any control of anything that you fucking do? You're a big child.
Well, here's what happened.
She's like a fucking Jason. We got another Jason.
I would refuse it, but she said, oh, I need you to contact you. I said, fine, here's a phone. I said, I don't want it, Mom. I told her why. She goes, no, have it.
Why does your mommy need to buy you a fucking phone?
Because I wouldn't buy one otherwise.
Why not?
I'm a porn addict. That's why I don't have a car.
So what?
Can't be doing that stuff, Brad.
Honestly, the thought of Big Lenny bringing these prostitutes back to his home is terrifying. And that's because Lenny's house is a catastrophic nightmare. The squalor Lenny lived in would be discovered when a Delray misfit named Brad entered Lenny's home to use the bathroom one day. This would uncover the disheveled den that Lenny occupies.
I'm gonna film it, fuck it. If you tell Andrew to edit it out, I will, but I gotta put a gag over my fucking nose.
Brad, don't do it.
Leonard, are you fucking kidding me, man? Jesus Christ.
I don't know where the stink's coming from.
You don't know where the stink's coming from? Probably from all the shit everywhere, you fucking... Holy fuck. I think this place is worse than Jason's. Leonard, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm definitely not taking a shit in there. Oh my god. I'd rather shit in my pants. What the fuck, man? How do you live?
Christina, I don't live here.
Oh, god damn. I think I'm gonna pass out from the stench. It's like smelling salt.
Well, there's a lot of sweaty gym clothes that need to be washed, all that ammonia. Ta-da!
My fucking god.
No lying. You can see what it is. I really don't care at this point. Flank steak at the bottom.
We should have fucking hazmat suits on, man.
Sandals. Brad, you're exaggerating for the cameras.
Wait, your shower's back there to the left?
Yeah.
You're kidding me, right?
I fucking dare you to go back there.
And for some reason that dirt...
Do it for the men's.
Fucking shit, Brad. I hate
I don't know how
you.
that dirt gets on it.
I hate you, Brad. Oh, God.
For the men's. Your shorts are rubbing against
Fuck you.
Andrew, you said you had to take a shit. Well, the shit has already been taken. You know, I mean,
Where's your
if you had enough guts to lift up that lid.
Where do you brush your teeth? Where's your sink?
I brush my teeth everywhere. See, I got the, look. I should have brush it now.
Lenny, have you ever heard of Tilex?
Lenny's home was in a state of disarray with garbage and dirty clothes all over the floors. There was also a terrible smell emanating from somewhere and visible dirt and grime everywhere. Lenny would make the bold claim that cleaning is for cookie cutters and that his place wasn't even that dirty, stating, "It just needs mopped."
Inspection of this shithole. Let's do a little follow-up to see
Just
if he's
needs
got
mop.
to clean and
Just needs mop.
After seeing the state of Lenny's living conditions, the Delray Misfits organized a GoFundMe to raise money to get his home professionally cleaned. The fundraiser's goal would be met, and a cleaning crew would be hired to restore Lenny's house. The first company that was hired, though, only sent out one person who promptly refused to clean the house and left. This would cause the Misfits to hire another company who were more equipped for the job. And when they arrived and started cleaning, Lenny went and hid out of sheer embarrassment.
Look at this
Like a cowering dog.
Look at this fucking...
Like a dog that just tore up. Lenny, what are you doing?
Why are you hiding behind the fucking fence?
They're nice. Go say hi to them. You should see what they did to your bedroom.
Amazingly, Lenny's home would be restored to a livable condition after the cleaners were finished. This good news wouldn't last long though, as the house would return to its previous state of squalor shortly after it was cleaned. Now before I move into the final section of the video, I'd like to show you a few Lenny ments that I wasn't able to figure out exactly where to place in the video, so I'm just gonna put them here. One time during a workout, Lenny was caught eating an entire raw egg, shell and all.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah.
What the hell did you just put in your mouth?
Nothing.
Is that a raw egg?
Don't let the viewers see this.
Oh, they're seeing it.
There was also another time at the gym where some of the Delray Misfits discovered that Lenny was taking anxiety medication for cats and dogs to help grow his muscles. This medication specifically noted that it was not for human consumption.
The hardest stomach in here.
Don't throw it out, I want to see it.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, how many of those are you taking, man?
He's rinsing out the
Oh, he's
residue
rinsing
like
out.
he's like taking a stem kit, he's taking a push-up
Oh,
like a
label, I
crack
don't believe it.
stem.
Leonard, let me see. Oh, I don't believe it. They just put any label on there and you'll take it.
This product is intended solely for the treatment of anxiety in cats and dogs, not approved for human consumption.
Lenny's not a human, so it's great.
Lastly, Lenny once made the bold claim that he has never drank coffee or soda. He would then follow that claim with stating that he has drank more piss than anyone though.
Drinking too much coffee.
I never drank coffee in my life. Never drank a soda either. I drank a lot of piss though.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm probably the only guy on earth that's drinking more piss than coffee.
Why you
You know,
doing
I'm willing to bet you taught
good
it.
for you? Recycle?
Yeah.
By this point, you should be able to come to the conclusion that Big Lenny isn't exactly the pinnacle of health. Around the same time as his house cleanup, Lenny's unhealthy lifestyle would start to catch up to him. It turns out spending your life ingesting harmful, performance-enhancing drugs and research chemicals while also having degenerate sex with prostitutes isn't conducive to a healthy life. Lenny would soon begin to frequently visit hospitals for a variety of different health complications. The first time Lenny was hospitalized was back in 2013, although this hospitalization wouldn't really be related to any of the future ones though. Big Lenny's first hospital visit was actually caused by an overdose of a drug called GHB, commonly known as the date rape drug. This drug wasn't given to him without his knowledge though. Lenny knowingly consumed an immense amount of GHB and then tried to drive himself home. He would end up crashing his car and then was promptly taken to the emergency room. While there, the doctors injected him with medicine that made him feel so bad that he decided to break out of the hospital. He claims to have looked around and said, "I don't think there's a single person in here that can kick my ass." After that, he got up and walked right out the front door. He would then call a cab and was taken home. And this kind of thing has happened multiple times, as it seems GHB is Lenny's drug of choice. One of these incidents would even get caught on camera, showcasing how messed up Lenny would get from this drug. You may even recognize this video from old GIFs or memes, not even realizing that this was Lenny.
Leonard,
Yes, sir.
anything to say to Dale?
Dale, what'd you come in? Fifth place? Sixth place? A big pepper. Pepper's a hedgehog.
These overdoses happen because Lenny believes less dangerous vices like weed, tobacco, and alcohol are for cookie cutters. The next few hospital visits would all actually pertain to his health. In 2017, Lenny took himself to the emergency room after he was experiencing shortness of breath following a workout. The doctors here would discover that Lenny was suffering from atrial fibrillation and atrial flutter. Both of these disorders are arrhythmias that affect the heart's upper chambers. Lenny would post a video from his hospital bed telling his fans about the news. He would explain that he thought these were cookie cutter terms.
Emergency room was just around the corner. I walked in. Had no clue what was going on. Cooked me up one immediately. You're going through atrial fibrillation, which I've heard the term before. It's probably one of those cookie cutter terms. Never paid much attention to it. Thought I was immune to it.
He would also state if the medication they recommended him taking would harm his bodybuilding efforts, he wasn't going to take it.
And you know what? They're trying to plant seeds into my head. I need to take this, I need to take that. Well, guess what? I want any of you maniacs that have any knowledge of this, blood thinners can be detrimental to bodybuilding. And let me know in the comment section, because if it is, I'm not going to take it.
And one of the last things he does in this video is call out Dale again.
And people say, what if you die, Lenny? I was told, what if you die? Well, if I die, I want you to oil it up, put me in the posing trunks, and roll my corpse on that stage next to Dale. I'll still be bigger and harder than him as a corpse.
The following year, in 2018, Lenny would have a heart attack and once again get sent to the hospital. And just a few months after this, he would once again get sent to the hospital after suffering an unknown medical emergency while shopping for groceries. These hospital visits wouldn't stop Lenny from continuing to work out with the other Misfits. Eventually, though, the gym they all worked out at would close down. This would cause the content on the Delray Misfits channel to slow down in a major way. They would eventually open up a Patreon to help fund new video ideas. One of them was a trip to the Mr. Olympia bodybuilding competition in Las Vegas. This would upset some of their audience as they were taking the free content that they provided for years and decided to put it behind a paywall. Viewers were also under the impression that some of the Patreon money was being used to help Big Lenny with things like living expenses after he lost his hospital kitchen job following his leaked sex tape. This wasn't necessarily true, as a friend of the Delray Misfits named Big Lou would come out on a podcast stating he was paying Lenny $1,200 a week to work for his business. That means whatever money was being generated on the Delray Misfits Patreon was being used to fuel Lenny's drug and trans prostitute addiction. The backlash from this discovery would cause the Misfits to delete the Patreon and refund all of the money earned. And not long after this, they stopped creating content entirely. Big Lenny would continue to post videos on his own channel though. However, these were mostly boring vertical rants that did not come close to being as entertaining as the old gym videos. His ridiculously unhealthy lifestyle would really start to catch up to him towards the end of 2024. In the videos he posted around this time, he is noticeably slower and less there mentally. Even in this state though, he was still calling out Dale.
I guess it does look like a skirt. And I guess someone like Dale Chance probably would buy a skirt steak, and with some of those women he fraternizes with, he probably does wear like a skirt, knowing him and his freaky ways. But this is great.
Lenny's downward spiral would really be on full display once he started posting videos of himself trying to sell art on the streets. He rambles about how his white smile will attract people to him to buy his art while standing on the side of the road waving to cars like a homeless person.
Maniacs, now I'm going to a more in-depth technique. As you can see, Ecuador has white lettering, so they'll be able to see it. And if there's any Ecuadorians at this intersection, which I'm sure there will be, that's going to be a plus, because as you can see before, I don't think they were able to see that with those lettering, as you can't really see it here. I'm also going to make eye contact with the people in the cars. Smile, of course, show them the teeth and wave. So this is basic salesman 101, and it goes far beyond Zig Ziglar or any of the famous salesmen of the 20th century. Here's some Ecuadorians. Look at that. You know you want it.
Big Lenny wouldn't be long for this world soon after this. Uploads on Lenny's channel would come to a halt just 1 month after this bizarre video of him on the side of the road was posted. Friends of Lenny, who were in regular contact with him, suddenly couldn't reach him. A wellness check would be called to his house, where it would be sadly discovered that Lenny had passed away. It is reported that he passed due to congestive heart failure. The news would begin to spread to his friends and family, and within no time an outpouring of love and support would be shown from the internet. Despite all of his issues, Big Lenny brought enjoyment to and inspired a lot of people. I think John Bravo's statement on his passing really highlights this fact.
He lived each day to the fullest. And it didn't matter if he lived in a rundown apartment filled with roaches and dirt and mold. Each day, he had a smile on his face, and each day he found a way to make himself happy. It didn't matter if he was in that apartment or on a sidewalk with no money. Each day, he had that same energy and that same smile on his face, living each day to the fullest. So if there's something that we can all take from him, is that we have to take each day, live it to the fullest, and be happy, because you never know what day is your time.
What's sad is his death could have possibly been avoided, or at the very least prolonged. In one of the final videos the Delray Misfits posted, Lenny would be seen discussing the fact that his doctors wanted him to take a variety of different prescription medications, some of which included blood thinners. Lenny would refuse to take any meds and claimed he felt better when he was off of them.
You're listening to the doctors too much. So you know what? I told the doctor basically go F yourself, and I feel great. I do. I haven't felt this good in years.
Because you understand what you're taking, they don't.
Yeah. Well,
How much you did take.
What if I would have listened to this asshole's advice and went on blood thinners? He wanted to give me a whole slew for it. I would have been miserable.
Most recent doctor?
Yes. He wanted me on 5 different things, and my mother started crying, and I said, no, I'm not taking it.
And then you don't listen to them.
No.
And you feel better. Well, how does your mother feel?
Yeah, lucky. It's irrelevant. I feel better. And I know taking that stuff, I would have thought worse.
Unfortunately, this is where our wacky tale comes to an end. Big Lenny undoubtedly made a long-lasting impression on the online fitness community. He was a wild individual who was unapologetically himself until the day he died. This has been the insane story of Big Lenny. If you made it to this point in the video, I really appreciate it. Thank you for taking some time out of your day to learn about the Tom Platz of abs. I'd like to give a massive shout out to all of my channel members. I appreciate the hell out of your guys' support. And if you would like a few extra hours of content each week, I do a live stream every Sunday night at 8 p.m. EST. Consider stopping by. With all of that being said, I'm Nick Nobody, and until next time, I'm out.